Do you ever feel like a failure? Like you're behind where you should be in life, like you're just not doing all the things that you really want to be doing, and that you're having to focus on other things instead of the things that you actually want to do, but you either just don't feel motivated or other things are getting in the way, and you're just stuck with this feeling of it's a bit of guilt, it's a bit of regret, it's a bit of hopelessness, and there's actually a lot of anger in there of, yeah, I'm just not doing the things that I want to be doing. And I feel like this is a pretty common feeling nowadays. We get so much pressure put on us by society to constantly be doing. It's constantly just be doing. Like if you're not consuming the next thing or jumping on the next trend or working towards your life goals with clear and dedicated purpose, then you're failing, you're behind. And given how difficult and expensive everything has become, that feeling can often feel like it's grounded in more truth than perhaps it's ever been. And so we've just got this pressure. And I've been feeling that. I haven't posted a video in like 6 months. And I just realized that I burnt myself out. I burnt myself out trying to work full time and manage my life relationships and all sorts of other things, and how to look after my health, and have this YouTube channel. And in the 6 months, I've done a lot of work on myself just to see what I could possibly change. And I've sort of loosened up a bit. And the way that I've done that is I've realized that wherever you are is exactly where you're supposed to be. And that can sound like a bit of slap in the face, perhaps, if where you are is not a fun place to be. And especially if you have that feeling of, I can see all the things that I want to be doing, but I'm just not there yet. But you've sort of just got to trust that wherever you are is going to give you the lessons that you need right now, and then that will take you and help you get to wherever you want to be. I'll give you an example. So, very recently I started a new job. I got sick and I started a new job. And you know how it is with new jobs. I wanted to impress the people I was with. I wanted to make a good first impression. And so I was working very hard. And because I've moved internally, I've still got some of the other old job responsibilities because they haven't hired a backfill. And so essentially, I'm working two jobs. And this means that for the last, 4 or 5 weeks, I've been working on Sunday as well. And not just like, I mean, any logging on the weekend is bad, but not just like an hour. I'm talking like 5 or 6 or 7 hours of like, yeah, let me get this done because it's quiet and I can relax while I'm doing it at least and not be bombarded. But it's a Sunday afternoon and I should be spending that doing anything else. And so I've just been feeling like I haven't been dating, I haven't been exercising as much. I've just been focusing on work and it's made me really angry. And I had this epiphany moment the other week where I just realized this is where I am. And I've just got to accept that. And then I realized when I sort of had that moment that what this has done, what basically my work situation forcing me to sort of overwork for the last month or two has done, is it's helped me get in touch with my anger. Which is brilliant because all of my sort of therapy work and my relationships work and my personal work is about getting in touch with my feelings. And never would I have ever thought, how would I like this to manifest? Probably by me overworking and stressing myself out. Yeah, that'd be great. That's not how I would ever have thought it would manifest. And yet the circumstances that are in, only once I've lifted my head up and sort of looked around at where I am, have I realized that they are perfect for exactly what I want to do, which is get in touch with my feelings. And in this instance, I'm bloody angry that I've had to work so much, and I can accept that, and I can feel it at the same time. I don't have to act it out or quit my job or blow up in this big rage. I have my feelings and I have reality and the situation and what I have to accept. And they're both okay. And what this has really helped me realize is that life will unfold in phases. It's kind of cyclical. And the issues that we have will often come around in circles. And sometimes we're going to be in a phase where we can't focus on the one thing that we think we should focus on and that we're trying to focus on. But you have to just trust that life is working itself out in the ways that you yourself as a human being, as a character, need to develop, and that that's happening within you, regardless of whether it's happening in exactly the way that you think or want or should happen. And when you're in one of those cycles, you just got to go with it. Like the other week, before all this busy overworking started, I went through a phase of just giving myself whatever I wanted. I thought, you know what? If I want that chocolate, I'm going to eat that chocolate. If I want to take this break, I'm going to take this break. And never in my life had I really done that. And I just wanted to see what would happen because I was like, I want these things. What happens if I do it? And funnily enough, when I started, it felt quite good. But after a few weeks, I started feeling lazy. I put on a little bit of weight. And I just thought, wow, this desire for me to do these things has disappeared because I've lent into it. And so I've managed to rediscover my desire to go and do things and get things done while integrating some of the lessons I learned about just, bro, just chill. Like, it's okay to rest. Same with food. I don't have as much of that craving anymore, but I've only done that because I surrendered to just wanting to eat for a while until, to speak really sort of plainly, I sort of disgusted myself. I was like, I don't like doing this anymore. It's not nice. But I had to go through it in order to do that. And so if you feel like you're just going through life and you're stuck in this phase where you think, I'm not where I want to be. I'm not doing the things that I want to do. I just hate that. I feel angry about that, or I feel hopeless and despairing and desperate about that. That's okay. And this isn't some video where I'm going to say, just accept it and you'll be fine. Because sometimes the situations that we're in are just shit. And no amount of accepting is going to make it a good situation. But I suppose the thing that has helped me whenever I've felt in that sort of place is just knowing A, that it will end, and B, that it is working out something in me that I need to work out as a being. So nothing in your life is ever wasted, is what I'm saying. Even this situation where you think, this couldn't possibly be helpful, this is useless, and it's actually making me further behind. You don't know that. Like, ask yourself if you genuinely know that. You don't. In a year's time or 10 years' time, you might look back and realize, wow, that was really useful. Or even if you don't, it might just be subconsciously working something out. Because when you do eventually get to the place that you want to be, you will have necessarily had to take these stepping stones to get there. So it's okay to be where you are. It's totally okay to be where you are. And if where you are is a place that you're not happy with, that's also okay. And sometimes the only way out, in fact, I would argue the only way out, is just to go through it. And going through it might mean leaning in until you hit rock bottom in it, and then finally you sort of bottom out and it's so bad that you change your behaviors and it comes intrinsically. Or maybe you lean in and you realize, oh, no, that's that's not so good and you quite quickly change. Or maybe you just sort of hunker down and blind yourself through it until suddenly you realize, oh, that's over. But what I'm saying is the only way out is through. And that is totally okay. And so, I suppose to sort of summarize, I'll say it again. Wherever you are is totally okay. You are not behind. There is no behind to be. You are exactly where life needs you to be. And however you feel about that is also totally okay. And that's part of why you're there. So that's me. Hopefully I'll keep making some videos. I put a lot of pressure on myself to do this when I don't really need to do that. But it's part of my cycles of constantly going round the same issue of putting a lot of pressure on myself and then relaxing too much and then putting a lot of pressure on myself. And it's just one of the life circumstances and challenges that I have to face. If you enjoyed the video, then please hit like and subscribe because it really helps the channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.